There are over 88 million homes now in the U.S. that have smart home technology devices in their home today. By the time we hit 2024, it's going to be a $28 billion industry. So in today's market, if you are planning on purchasing a home, you better make sure your home has a smart technology device. So here's the thing, we got to meet up with, we'll just take that. It's all right, we'll take that. Look at this. This is actually for Amanda with Acoustic Design Systems. They're a company out here in Las Vegas. They do a lot of homes out here. So today we're going to meet up with her and drop off her luggage. So come on. Let's hit the doorbell. Did you guys have something with FedEx?
We did. Thank you so much.
Look at this.
Come on in. Welcome to my smart home.
Guys, this is Amanda.
Hi.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're going to drop this off. So here's the thing, guys. We talked about this smart home device. She is the leading
expert.
Leading expert in this industry here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's right.
So she's going to show us everything that's actually integrated into her home, and we're going to go through this whole process. So let's talk about this.
All right.
As we walked in, you have a access key point. What is that called actually?
That's a Control 4 video doorbell. So when you ring the door, I get an alert on my phone that says someone's at my front door. I can answer it and speak to you two-way through the doorbell. So I never have to actually come to the door, keeping me a little more secure if I don't feel like answering.
And also I noticed you got a bunch of cameras like all over the place too as well.
I do. You know, you want to keep your eyes on your home when you're not here, or sometimes when you're home alone, right, as a parent. So it's nice to have cameras so I can always keep an eye on whether I'm here or I'm not here, see who's coming to the front door, whether it's a package or it's a stranger. And then again, I can answer the door and talk through the door, and I never have to actually come to the door if I don't want to.
Amanda, let me ask you this. Acoustic Design Systems.
Yes.
Let's talk about the company real quick, because this is important. How long have you guys been around, and what is it exactly do you guys do?
We have been in Las Vegas about 20 years now. In fact, our original owner started this business from his garage by himself and built it from his garage from the ground up. He is still the owner today, still very involved. So we're a family-owned, Las Vegas-based, owned and operated company. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So show us all the features and the functions and what actually you have here. So explain what this is right here.
So again, this is a Control 4 video doorbell. So when a guest comes to the door, they can ring the doorbell. It will send me an alert so I can answer it from my phone. Or if I'm coming home or my kids are coming home, they can type in a special code and it will unlock the door, disarm the alarm, turn on the lights if you want it to. You can fully customize it to your preferences.
I like that. So you can literally have your own code and you can set it up for a guest or friends or family. As soon as they hit the code, everything just turns on.
Exactly. The pest control guy, your in-laws, whomever you want, they have their own code and it'll be set to their preferences.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah. Can I show you an example?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. So I can put in a code. This is my in-laws code. So when my in-laws come to the house, they type in a special code. You hear the door unlocked. So now we can go in the house. It's turned on the lights. It's raising the shades right now.
Oh, wow.
And it's even turning on their favorite music playlist.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so now they're comfortably in my home and they are already set up. I don't need to come rush home and do anything. In addition to that, I actually get an alert on my phone that says, your in-laws are home, take your time getting home. So I know that they're here now, they're safely in the home, and they have everything they need.
So let's talk about this. When it comes to smart home automated system, there's got to be like some sort of main hub that kind of controls everything, right?
Absolutely.
What is that?
Let me show you.
Okay, let's go take a look.
So there's a couple of different ways to control the system. You can control it from your phone. You can control it from a stationary keypad on the wall in your home, or you can control it from a mobile keypad. But let me actually show you how it works.
Okay, perfect.
So everything is fully automated and connected. A lot of people have smart devices. So you might have a smart lock, you might have a smart garage door, but they're not all connected into one app. You have several different apps on your phone.
Yeah.
This is the way to put it all into one centralized location to be able to control everything. So I don't know if you can see this keypad here, but basically you can touch the top where it says family room, and you can change it to any room in the house that you'd like.
Yeah.
So you pick the room that you'd like to control. So basically we want to control the family room, and you can then pick an action. So we can watch TV, we can listen to music, we can turn on and off the lights, turn up the shades, put down the shades, we can adjust the thermostat, and we can look at our cameras or answer the door while sitting on our couch. So you can do all of that from one centralized location as well as on your phone.
So how often do you have to update the software on this? Because obviously technology changes on a consistent basis.
It does.
So how does that work with your company, where if there's a new product that they want to integrate, does it have to be compatible with the system, and how does all that work?
Yes, so it's very important to have a professional integration company that you work with as a partner, because like you said, technology is changing all of the time. We're constantly adding new equipment for our customers or helping our customers with custom programming. Maybe they want to start with a very small system and then they want to add to it to be cost effective. We can do that. Software updates are kind of like your iPhone.
Okay.
With this particular system, this is called Control 4. It's what we like to use because it's very user-friendly for the average homeowner like myself. Those might be intimidated by technology, can use this very simply. The kids can use it very simply. Updates actually run through the software. So we, as your technology integration company, we offer what's called a service plan, and every 6 months we automatically update your firmware for you.
Oh, nice.
We come out every year, we clean all of your electronics, we clean your cameras, we clean your equipment rack, whatever is needed to keep the software up to date and the system maintained perfectly, so it's always running well for you.
One thing I noticed is that your rocker switches, it looks like it's all, you got like your kitchen, your can lights.
Yeah.
So is this programmed with that too as well?
It is.
How does that work? I'm curious.
Yeah, so this is also controlled in the Control 4 system.
Okay.
So this is our lighting system, and what we've done is everything we do is based on how you live your lifestyle, right? So I live my life in a certain way, or I have kids a certain age and things like that. So for me, you know, as an example, my husband loves to cook.
Yeah.
So we developed a cooking button. So when we push this cooking button, it will actually turn on the lights in the kitchen, and then you hear a theme from Ratatouille come on as kind of a cool welcome to the kitchen. You're ready to cook. So now all the lights in the kitchen are on and you're ready to cook your meal.
Nice.
So you can customize a scene, if you will, for entertaining, for watching a movie, with the push of one button. For example, I have an evening button. When you push that, it can lower the shades, turns on the Atmos surround sound system, and it'll turn on the lighting perfectly so you're ready to watch your movie at home with your family.
So let's talk about the surround sounds. How is all this integrated into the system with the TVs that you have here?
Well, great question. So all of the speakers, as you see above, this is called Atmos, which is Dolby Atmos. It's kind of like you going to a movie theater, right? We want it to sound good. We want it to feel like we're at the movies, because the movie theaters have been closed for a year. It's become, surround sound's become almost the number one thing that we do in new homes today, along with a good, you know, nice TV and setup. So everything is all integrated when you turn on the TVs. In fact, one of the cool things about this living room setup is those two pieces of art that you see on either side of the main TV are actually artwork TVs. So you can put your family pictures up there, you can put a photo that matches your decor up there, and then when you want to watch TV, they actually turn into television. So I'll demonstrate that for you. I just clicked family room, I clicked all TVs on, and it will turn on all 3 TVs on 3 different channels if you'd like them to.
Nice.
So that way sports lovers can watch, you know, the Golden Knights, they can watch the Raiders, and they can watch the news or ESPN on, you know, golf if they want.
Okay, Amanda, show us your backyard here. What do you got?
Great, I'd love to. So out here, I think more importantly than ever before, people are entertaining outside, right? It's been a tough year, so people are starting to get nice out. Let's be outside and entertain our guests. So we've done a couple of different things. We've got a television out here so we can watch games and be by the pool. We've got our cameras on the back, and then we've got some really cool sound back here, because to me, music is important, audio is important when I have guests over. So couple of different things about this is I have 2 different zones, if you will, on my control system. So I have my backyard zone,
Okay.
which I have speakers placed all throughout the backyard,
Oh, nice.
including a subwoofer buried in the landscaping. So it sounds really good for parties. But I also have speakers underneath the patio. So if I want to not disturb my neighbors and just keep the sound underneath the patio because I'm barbecuing, I can do that separately from. If I want to have the whole backyard booming, I can do that too.
So you can have as many zones as you want then, basically.
Absolutely, yes. Everything is programmed separately, however you want to use it.
What about like the pool equipment? You can turn on the pool, you mentioned, with the spa, and can you do the lights and all that stuff too as well?
Absolutely, yes. So on my backyard button, I have a comfort button, and it allows me to control my pool or my hot tub so I can heat it to temperature while I'm out to dinner, or I can turn on the lights to have a good ambiance while I have guests outside and I'm entertaining.
And that also includes the lights for the landscaping too, is that correct?
That's correct. My landscaping lights are hooked to this. I have gazebo lights in my wine entertaining area, and then I have lights even around my palm tree. So
wow.
it creates the right ambiance when you're entertaining outside.
And remember guys, you can actually connect that to your rocker switch, and you can design it to any way you want just by one push of a button,
Yes.
which is crazy. It almost seems like your company can pretty much do everything.
Anything technology-wise that you would like at the push of a button, whether that's from your phone or a keypad on the wall, we can absolutely customize to your lifestyle.
I want to talk about your security camera system, okay? I know that every time we go through the design studio with a client, okay, one of the challenges that we have and clients are not aware of, when it comes to the camera system, you do have the Cat 6 where you can connect to your DVR, or sometimes people may want to go like wireless with ADT. So the question I have for you is, as a consumer, which is a better route?
There's a blog that I personally wrote that is actually on our website if anyone wants to learn more about technology, that is called Wireless versus Hardwired. And what are the pros and cons to wireless versus hardwired? Hardwired connections are always going to give you a better connection. They're always going to make sure that you have the right connection as strong as possible to run your cameras and run your system no matter where you are. Wireless, we have the challenge of we're not the Cox Cable or the internet company, so we're kind of at their mercy. So hardwired connection is always better if you can run a Cat 6 and have a hardwired internet in your home, or TVs to your hardwired to your home, or cameras hardwired. You're always going to have a better connection than wireless.
Gotcha. Do you guys maintain the camera systems as far as the software to the DVR, or do you guys have a third-party company like ADT that you guys integrate with?
No, we actually do our own in-house security alarm system,
really?
so we can monitor your security system, and we install the full alarm as well as the cameras. We have a maintenance package, which is called our service plan package, where we come out and clean your cameras. We make sure your system is running properly. We make sure you have a strong connection and your system is always up and running. And you can control it from anywhere in the world, not just when you're home.
That is awesome. Like, I can't believe that. Now, here's the thing, with all the smart home technology device that you have, it's got to go somewhere. It has to have a brain.
Yes.
Like, where does that all go?
Let me show you.
Let's go take a look. What is all this? Because I look at this as a consumer, I'm like so confused. How does this work and what is this?
You know, this is a very clean way to keep all of your electronics in a very simple place, right? So it keeps the electronics healthy. It keeps them well cooled to the perfect temperature. It keeps the power supply even for all the electronics and how much power each of them needs. It's the best way to house all of the electronics in your home. Some people, for example, have a cable box in the living room and an Apple TV and a cabinet and an Xbox upstairs and all of these different devices all over the house. Maybe they have an NVR in their closet. This is a simple way to take all of those electronics and put it into one centralized location. We ventilate it so that it has the proper ventilation, of course, to make sure the electronics stay healthy. And it just looks clean and is housed very pretty.
Now, a system like this, that tells me that you probably need some sort of quality internet. Is there like a certain type of internet that you need for high speed that you recommend if we install something like this?
So, most homes have basic internet packages.
Yes.
Now we're seeing fiber more than ever. You know, what we do, and I'll say one of the most common things or questions that we've gotten since COVID, since people are working from home or people are having their kids, you know, doing school from home, they need a better internet connection. It's like the number one complaint that we get. We aren't, you know, the cable company, of course. However, we can help upgrade your internet connection by a couple of different things. One, we can add, for example, this is an Arachnus router. So basically, the average router that you get in your home can't always give you the strongest connection for all of the devices that you're running off of that router. This is a professional grade router in which we can put in, and we can also manage the network remotely. So if it goes down, we can reboot it remotely for you. You can basically see the health of the system at all times with a more professional router. So it gives you a stronger internet connection, keeps your system healthy, and it can be rebooted from anywhere in the world.
All right, so we are here in the northwest Las Vegas Valley near Lone Mountain, and we're looking at one of you guys' projects. So kind of explain what's going on with this project here.
Yeah, so this is an 8,900 square foot custom home that we're under development right now with Templeton Development. They have contracted us to be the low voltage integrator, so we are pre-wiring the house for things like audio distribution, TVs, cameras, security alarm, that type of thing. So right now we're in the middle of the pre-wire process. We're only about halfway through so far. Matt here is my project manager, and he is running this project for us.
So Matt, show us exactly what is going on and what are you guys doing to this project right here?
So right here inside this closet inside the media room, we have our main connections, the structure panel, which holds all of our structure wiring. We also have Smurf tubes leading to each TV for future proofing. We also have our alarm panel that's located up here, and all the other wires that go to our equipment rack.
So what are all these wires here? I noticed that they're all different colors. Obviously, they indicate for something. I mean,
exactly.
So what are all these wires? All
right, so we have our basic cabling, our coax wire for TV, DirecTV, and cable and such. We also have cat wires. We have green cat wires that indicate our cameras. We have yellow that indicates like our touch screens and door stations. We have blue and black that have basically control at TVs for networking or other control. And then we have what is going to be a lot in the future is this duplex fiber, which is going to prevent us from not having any difficulties in the future for video distribution and networking.
Now, I noticed that this room looks to be a little bit small. And you got all these components going in here. This room is probably gonna start to bake. You start to get a lot of heat in it. That tells me that you probably need some sort of exhaust or something like that, right?
Exactly, yes. This room is dedicated to only our equipment. And we do have an exhaust system that is installed that will pull air out. You can also do AC as well. There's going to be a touchscreen right here. Where this is actually going to be your main entrance. There's also one at the garage door. You're going to come over here and actually have a 10-inch, 7-inch touchscreen that can control your whole entire home.
Got it. Now, are they connecting the fireplace, the lights, the blinds, all that stuff?
Yes, in this house, yes, they are. Everything is going to be controlled. We also have a gate, so there's going to be a gate outside where when someone pushes the doorbell or the gate, what's going to happen is it's going to ring on your touchscreen. You're going to be able to see where they're at and let them in through the gate from here.
Now, I noticed with all this wiring stuff that's going all over the place, let's just say if later on a consumer comes in and says, you know, I want to change this all up. I want to add something else. And you've already ran the wires, you got the drywall. How does all that work? You just climb back in the attic and fish it back down? Or?
Well, as you can see, there is zero room. To get from there to here is going to be the most difficult thing. We would actually have to run it outside. We actually ran all of our wires through this chase. And to future-proof it, we ran these orange Smurf tubes, we call them. Basically, it's just a 1.5-inch conduit where we can run more wires to that location.
Gotcha.
And we did that to all the major TVs.
So that seems like it allows you to fish it through if you need extra wire too later on, right?
Yes, but it definitely this is the time to do it, right?
Okay.
This is the time that where pre-wire is the most important thing in house building, really.
Got it.
Yeah. With a touch of a button from your
Yeah.
app in your phone or the touch screen, you can actually open these doors electronically. It's amazing. Just one button, a scene like entertain will dim the lights or brighten it up, open this door all the way up inside the pocket.
Well, I know your company specializes in 24 volts, low voltage, but
Yes.
now to move a pocket door like this is like a 40-foot pocket door, let's just say.
Yes.
Obviously, 24 volts is not going to push this. So obviously, you have to bring in an electrician to push this door. So how do you guys integrate with two companies
Yeah.
to do something like this?
Absolutely. So what we do is they provide the information to us. It's
Okay.
a motor that's most likely controlled by 120 volts, and then we come in and control it with a relay. So we're just controlling that motor. We're not actually supplying the power. We're just telling it to open or close or stop.
Okay. And can you tell me kind of like the process of when a home is already built like this, it's framed up?
Yes.
Where do you guys actually start to pull wire? Do you guys get like a diagram that kind of shows you, hey, this is what this home is getting, this is what we need to run? Can you kind of explain a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. We actually have a diagram over there. if you
Okay,
wanna
yeah, let's go take a look at that.
So this is our map, and everything is located, like the most important part, EQ. This is our equipment. This is where equipment is going. This is where it tells everybody, hey, pull all your wire to here. And then you got locations. This TV location in the great room shows what it gets.
Yeah.
So that's telling them to run a conduit, to run an HDMI pre-wire in a TV in soundbar. This great room gets a lot of wires.
All right, guys, we're here in Mesa Ridge. We're gonna meet up with Buddy. He is a system designer for the company, and the technology here at this home is unbelievable. So I really wanna show you guys this technology, what they have to offer. Come on. Buddy, there he is.
How you doing?
The man himself, the guy behind the scenes. So, Buddy, tell us about this project that you guys did with Toll Brothers.
Okay, so this is one of their model homes in the Mesa Ridge division. Basically, the whole house is automated, has audio video throughout the house, security, automated thermostats, automated lighting control, pretty much automated just about anything you want. Right here you can see you can control the audio, you can control lighting, you control the thermostats and the security all from one location, but you also have the ability to use your phone or a tablet, so an iPad.
So the main reason why we are here today is because they actually have an automated system where it's like a voice control, which is very interesting, and a lot of people are starting to do this now, and I want you to show us what that is all about.
Okay. So this is different than an Alexa, for example.
Okay.
Alexa, you have to be very, very specific in what you tell Alexa that you want to happen.
Okay.
So for example, Alexa, turn on living room can lights. With a Josh AI system, which is what this is called, Josh AI or Josh Artificial Intelligence, you can talk in what we refer to as normal speak. So instead of very, very methodically telling the system what to do, you can simply walk in and go, okay, Josh, show me my car. There's an entire program that's going to run, and you'll see it here in a second. You can see the lights all came on, the TV came on, audio is playing from the race that's on the TVs right there.
And it looks like you can set this up any way you want, right?
Of course, we can customize
as far as lights.
Yeah, we can customize it any way you want, any way the homeowner wants.
Okay.
We can have lights come on at certain times, turn off at certain times based upon how you live in your house.
So talk about that, because we talked earlier. You said your home, the lights come on at a certain time,
Correct.
right?
Right.
So you really have so many options on what you can do, basically.
Yeah, so for example, in my house, every Monday through Friday at 4:45 in the morning, my bathroom lights come on, my sconces that go down my stairs to the first floor, and the pendant lights over my island turn on because that's where I eat breakfast. As I'm coming down the stairs, I can turn those lights off, but it's also programmed so that at 6 o'clock, it checks back in and says, hey, if any of those lights are still on, turn them off.
Gotcha.
So that's just one scene that runs in my house on a daily basis. I have different scenes for nighttime, for good night, and you can program it any way you want based upon your lifestyle.
Also, one thing I've seen is these rocker switches. Can you explain these rocker switches here?
So in order to automate the lighting, so
Yeah.
if you want lights to come on and off at certain times or dim to a certain level, we use Control 4 is our control system that we use. These are Control 4 automated switches.
Okay.
All we're doing is simply removing the existing switch from the wall, putting in a Control 4, whether it be a dimmer switch or an on-off switch, and programming it to however we want that switch to function.
Gotcha. And earlier you were talking about it's not really connected through Bluetooth, but it's through a different type of system similar to Bluetooth, right?
So yeah, so it's not Bluetooth, it's not Wi-Fi, it's connected through Control 4's automation language or protocol, which is called Zigbee. So it talks to each other via Zigbee control.
And what I like about that is for like security purposes, I think this is probably the way to go, right?
Yeah, it's not something that people are going to hack into.
Yeah.
It's not your Wi-Fi that you're dialing into. So it's pretty secure.
Got it. Now, also, we talked about plumbing because this is something that's new that you guys are integrating, and I find this very fascinating. Talk about the plumbing and what you guys can actually do now.
So we can integrate flood sensors into wet areas of the home, you know, toilets, sinks, washer, dryer.
Okay.
Basically what it does, it ties into the alarm system, and if it senses water, it will automatically alert the alarm, set the alarm off just as if there was a break-in in the house, and you would be able to see it on your smartphone saying, you know, water sensor, flood sensor tripped at this location.
So this could actually be connected through every supply line throughout the house, right? As far as like the bathroom, the sink, the water heater? Or?
So the flood sensors themselves are for each individual device, but there are certain things that you can put into place in the house that's like a cutoff switch, so that if it senses that there's a flood, it'll automatically hit the cutoff valve, and that'll stop the water from flowing continuously.
So buddy, let me ask you this. What is the difference with the Josh AI and the other products out there that they have right now?
So Josh AI is different from an Alexa or a Google in that the Josh AI, you can tell it to do multiple commands at one time. Whereas with an Alexa, you have to literally do each command individually. With the Josh AI, I can say, okay, Josh, turn on my TV to ESPN, turn the blinds up halfway, turn the temperature to 72 degrees. And it'll do the whole thing. It'll do that entire scene. Whereas with an Alexa, you would literally have to start and stop and do each one of those commands. Turn on my TV, Alexa, move the blinds up, Alexa, turn the thermostat to 72 degrees. So this does what we call a macro, multiple commands at one time.
Now, how fast are these response times? Because you know how sometimes there's like a lag on it? Are these pretty quick?
They're very quick. As you saw when we did the demo, within about 5 seconds it responds.
Gotcha. Now, can you actually have more than one speaker or one device?
Yeah, you can have these all over the house if you want. That's the nice thing about it, by putting them in multiple rooms. The way it's also set up and programmed is it knows what room you're in. So when you say, turn on my TV, if I'm in my master bedroom, it knows to turn on the master bedroom TV, not the great room TV. So on and so forth.
And how often do you have to update this software? And as a consumer, right, is that something that I need to be worried about? Because I don't like to update software.
Right. So whenever Josh AI comes out with a software or firmware update, then we would need to come out to the house and update the software and firmware. It's not something that's a DIY project.
Got it. So you guys actually have to physically come out here and do it. Okay, cool. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are about this content if you guys want to see more content like this. Also, I wanted to thank Acoustic Design Systems for collaborating and doing this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a link in the description below with their full contact information. So go ahead and reach on out to them. Support the local business. Other than that, until next time, I'm Chakits. Peace.